What up, man? It's your boy Chilla Jones, TOC, Soundwave, Track Slayers, Champagne Gang, Boston Stand Up. Here to do an interview, man. So, welcome to DWYER Let's get it started. The most important skill, in my opinion, I have is being able to stack syllables. And I say that because, nowadays, MCs are really rated on being lyrical. And for me, that's a big thing. I respect MCs a lot more if they can, one, get a point across, two, stick to a concept, but also, stay true and remain lyrical throughout it all. So I guess for me, it would be stacking syllables. I don't like listening to music that's just, cat, bat, hat. It has to have some sort of complexity to it. It has to show some sort of thought, as far as the writing process. So, in my opinion, the most important thing I'd say is stacking syllables. I don't find it very difficult to make my songs unique. I think the uniqueness more comes from the point of view of the writer. I don't think there's any special, things you need to do differently to make your song unique or anything like that. I think everybody has a kind of unique writing style in one way or another. The differences might be subtle, but I don't think it's difficult at all to make a song that's unique. Every song is different, but I think what you really want to do is make a song that can really capture a listener. And I'm talking about more songs with substance. Not really listening to the club stuff or the dance stuff. As far as the songs that have substance and are really conceptual, I think the most important part is capturing the listener. Um, Hip hop right now, I feel like is it's hard to say what direction it's going in. I feel like it's kind of being geared more toward um, the clubs and parties and things like that, um, which isn't all necessarily bad, But I feel like hip hop, when it started, was more about self-expression. It wasn't so much about making a quick dollar or anything like that. And it seems like that's what people nowadays are really trying to exploit. Um, I also think it depends on the region. I think that there was a period of time, in the 90s where the East Coast was kind of on the forefront of hip hop. You hit the 2000s, and Houston had a movement for a few years there. When Paul Wall, Mike Jones, Chameleon and everybody came out, and then it kind of shifted to the South. With the crunk music and all that stuff. When Lil Jon hit and everything like that happened. I still kind of feel like the South is in power as far as the hip hop forefront goes. Um, I will say, and I'll touch on this real quick. Boston hip hop in the city of Boston is like, I think we're struggling to find our own sound and identity. Down south you have the club music, the snap dances. West Coast you have hyphy stuff. Houston, your music is chopped and screwed. New York, you got the boom bap beats, the DJ premieres and things like that. And it's like, Boston, we're trying to kind of find our own sound and find what our identity is right now. And I'm really trying to be a big part of that as far as Boston goes. But overall, it's hard to say what direction hip hop is going in. I will say that, for the past couple of years, I feel like we're getting back to what I like to think is the right direction. Um, but we'll kind of have to see what the future holds for hip hop. Um, there's a lot of songs that explain my emotions. I have a song on my first mixtape called Jones the Mixtape. I have a song on there called I'm Sorry, which is a song about my father and my relationship with him, or lack thereof. It's another song on there called On My Shoulders, which a lot of people up here really got a first glimpse of me, and that was kind of like my first big record up here in Boston. Um, that has a lot to do with, struggling with being alone as far as, not having like a significant other, working every day, dealing with family problems and things like that. And then I have other songs. I have a song on Time Bomb called Soul Searching, that kind of talks about my stance on hip hop, and then, it kind of drifts into, my stance on everything. It just kind of tells everything from my point of view. Um, it's hard to say what song best describes my emotions. I guess it would have to be On My Shoulders. Um, it's the first time I really opened up on a record, which is kind of what I'm known for now. But it was really the first time where I shed a little bit of light as to like who I really am as a person, the person behind the name, behind the music, and things like that. So, if I had to say, I would say On My Shoulders. Again, that's on the first one, Jones the Mixtape. You can go to www.dj213.com, DJ, the number 2, 13 spelled out.com. If you want to download it. It's also on my MySpace, myspace.com/1900me16. So check it out when you get a chance. If I were to perform in any country in the world, um, probably be France or Germany. My brothers told me a lot of cool things about Germany as far as like fan base and how much they love hip hop and R&B over there. And I have a lot of supporters in Germany actually. People who want me to do some shows and stuff out there, and people on YouTube or MySpace or Twitter who follow me, who really like my music and support my music and will download all my stuff and and buy all the stuff I have for sale. So I'd probably say Germany. On a more personal level, France is somewhere I've always wanted to go. Paris specifically. And I would love to do a show out there just to I think that would definitely complete my experience as an MC. But say France or Germany, one or the other, either one, you can't really go wrong.